What is love? It is a food, it is healthy, or it causes depression. Love is definitely the most powerful feelings in the whole world. It might be just four-letter word, but it gives everyone different kinds of emotion. At some point of everyone's life, they have experienced love. Whether they were loved or have loved, having this kind of feeling is unpredictable and unstoppable. Most of the time, we have a hard time explaining or expressing this intense feeling since we all have different definitions of love. There are different kinds of love. Of course, the love of God, family, friends, or from a special someone. In a special someone, we love that no doubt, not thinking what next happen. Passionate love is deep, intense, and long-lasting. People used to love to express through emotion. Love is passionate affection and desire felt by lovers for each other. Love can be so powerful that people cry, suffer pain, or even risk their lives to save it. True amour springs from the very bottom of the heart and the spirit of the soul. Life provides at least two areas for passionate love. The first area of love apparent is the love for people. Love can be obvious as two people kissing in a park, as innocent as a little girl making a Valentine's card for her mommy, and as painful as two best friends going their separate ways to college. The love of a family member is an unconditional relationship, tied by blood, years of togetherness, and the many lessons of life that only family can teach. Love can be an intimate relationship between two people. Deep and ardent affection for a significant other cannot be replaced with anything. Smiles, kisses, love letters, and voices are magically imprinted in the heart, and no one else can ever leave those same prints. Adoration for a friend, soulmate, or companions comes from many loves, overnights, and deep talks. Eventually, these two have learned every secret, crush, and fear about one another. The love of a best friend can become as strong as that of a family members. Close friends seems to have become each other. Clone always finishing sentences, knowing exactly how each other feels, and calling late at night because they cannot sleep and have feeling their best friend is still awake too. Best gift to give someone is the gift of love. The second area for which one can become passionate is places. Lust for the breathtaking sight of the mountain. Teach your heart how to love, and teach your mind how to think, our parochial priest once said during his homily. Refreshing your mind without refreshing your heart is no refreshing at all. Some people, when they love someone, they don't take their brain with them, especially teenagers. Pure and honest heart they use. Pure and honest heart they put in risk of getting destroyed. In life, love is believed to be crucial to our survival. Love is everywhere. Love is all around us, according to Lisa Nicolex. Every girls are finding their prince charming, and knight in shining armor. Everywhere you look, in stories, in movies, there is love. The facts are under our noses. Love, especially teen love, should be considered the most genuine type of love out there. Nowadays, teenagers are always hurry up their love life. Some of them is whoever comes in their life. They always assure that who comes in their life is who will surely in the rest of their life. Well, teenage love is really genuine because we teenagers are usually soft-hearted and don't know yet how to deal with it because lack of experience. Yes, lack of experience. Why? Because teenagers are always love someone without knowing his or her partner and without blessing of their parents. Teenagers love purely, without any mixture, purely and without use of brain. Well, it's okay. if we follow our hearts, but not all time it must follow. There are some causes why you fall in love to the person. Sometimes you have an unsure feelings. Nowadays, teenage feel the unsure feelings when she or he meet a one person and that person is handsome or beautiful. They always say that they love the person without knowing the true person. She or he didn't know where it comes from, but they have crushed or loved the person. Next, taken for granted. They didn't get your opinion or not respect your decision. She or he didn't celebrate your mansari or anniversary. When he or she saw a pretty or handsome person, they get it to model in others. Option. They have an option or reserve one person. If the person didn't want, there is another option to love. Of heartbreak. Some of the teenagers cheat to their partner, especially when they saw a person they did a two-timer in love. They always cheat to their partner. They flirting the one and they fell in love. Lastly, is surprise breakup. There'll be a time when your mind will contradict your heart desires and decision. Giddy euphoria, an elevated heart rate increase, blood pressure, facial flushing, dilated pupil. These are physical effects of falling in love, earthly and bare. In the depths of love, we usually don't know what to do. Our heart took over control and moved your body. You basically let someone peel back in faint skin. First the epidermis and dermis, muscle, intercostal muscle, and the lungs until they finally reach your heart. Loving and being loved is a very special feeling. It makes us happy. We don't want to stop. We want it to be infinite. Love gives us the feeling like no other. There in cloud 9, we feel it present. So we take it risk just to feel love and to be loved. Of course, who would not want to feel happiness that love brings, especially to teenagers? We aim for attraction and attention, and so we love is a great pleasure. However, as we all know, there isn't any other permanent things in this world. Only change, feeling also do. Nowadays, they thought to their partner or boyfriend, girlfriend, they love it until the rest of their life. They didn't think what will happen in the other day. They are surely that who loves now, it loves it forever. After that happiness, that love brings sadness, might replace it. Heartbreak will occur. Being heartbroken is strange and painful. It is strange because everything has a brilliant beginning. You can pinpoint the point where you let them reach into your chest cavity and take your heart. Heartbreak can cause many things like losing one's consciousness, never-ending waves of tears, and many more. Sadly, sometimes heartbreak leads to depression that cause death. Well, hopefully cases will stop to increase. Heartbreaks hurt. It hurts too much that you just won't stop breathing and won't have to feel anymore. It hurts enough to keep you awake at night, discourage your appetite, and cause your body to refuse food altogether. Angel Baron. These are effects of heartbreaks. Sometimes you don't want to breathe because each breath reminds you that it is real. You wish that is a bad dream, but you won't wake up, even when you're so desperately wishing you could do so. You are overthinking on her or his. What will happen? What are the things that you did, and if he or she has a new partner? Can't it? You always think or cry for her or his because you can't accept that he or she gone into you, and then lastly you're afraid to fall in love again. You are scared to love to others. You're afraid you might leave him or her to once you fall in love again. In heartbreaks, there be a battle inside you every day, and whether you'll hold on or just let go of all the broken things in this world, a broken heart is the harder to. to fix. It is hard because other things, a broken glass, a broken cell phone, broken TV, and many more. You could always replace it. You must replace it. If there's 0% chance of fixing it, unlike heart, you can never replace it. You must just have to fix it. Holding on and letting go are the choices, wherein you just pick one. In situation wherein you still see chances and reasons to hold on, well, try again. You just have to ready to self on the possibility of getting hurt again. But in situation wherein you experience continuous and never-ending heartbreaks, you must have respect on yourself and face the mirror and ask, don't pity yourself. When you experience this kind of situation, be strong enough. It's time to use your brain because you have to let go because of the pain. I know it's hard. Letting go is hard. But what is harder? Facing a never-ending heartbreak or letting go? If you choose to let go, you can just do a tiny effort to move on because time heals. One day, you'll just wake up and realizing that your wounds are already healed. It's not bad thing to follow what your heart dictates, but it will be better if you can balance it with what your mind says. For if you just use your hearts without your brain, one day you'll fall in love. The next day, you'll get a broken heart. Then after it, there's nothing really wrong in using your brain. You just have to know the right time to use it and when is the right time to use your brain. We people, especially teenagers, must know our limitation. Consciousness never ever lose it when you're in love. There are some solutions on how you forget your love. Who left you, the person who hurt your feeling. Cry it out as much as needed. Cry until no tears can fall into your eyes. Crying is one of the medicine when you are broken. You must cry until the pain fades. Talk about your feelings with your friends or let it all out. When you talk to your friends about that, they have a best advice to you. They are always at your side through ups and downs. They always comfort you about your past, and they always give a negative and positive way on why you and your past broke. Sometimes it's better to tell to your friends because they know how to do. Learn from your past experience. There are always learn from your past. In what she or he did to you in the past, you learned a lot that no one have a perfect relationship. And it is not the right time for you. There are right person in the right time. Forgive the person who has broke your heart. You must forgive the person because when you forgive the person, you accept what he or she decide. For your relationship, there are better way in your past relationship. Try to fall in love again. When you broke, you must free to love again. Don't afraid to love again. You hurt once, but not all the people can hurt you. And what your past did to you. Try to fall in love again. When you broke, you must free to love again. Don't afraid to love again. You hurt once, but not all people can hurt you. And what your past did to you. You must open your heart again. There is a person who loves you back and accept who you are. And believe that you will find love again. And you could fall into the trap or remaining convinced that your ex is the only person you could ever love. This is unlikely to be true on a planet with 6 billion people. Accept the pain. Accept that you will have to go through to be heartbroken. You have to experience some suffering. When you lose something that mattered to you, it is natural and important to feel sad about it. That feeling is an essential part of the healing process. When you enter your bedroom at night, you switch on the light without thinking. If you obsess about your ex and feel unhappy all the time, It's likely that your unconscious mind is switching on your emotion. It's exactly the same way. Change your habits now. You have to break those connections. Turn off the music that reminds you of your ex. Your home look and feel different from when your love was around. Move the furniture, take up the new activity, and keep moving. Exercise is the single most effective therapy for depression. Change your thoughts. The next step is to do the same things on the inside. Transfer your habits of thought. In a relationship, we build up a huge array of such habits. When the love appears and these their patterns can still be run. To change your thinking habits, you need to understand a little more about them. View your relationship from the outside. The following exercise will help you look at your circumstances from different point of view so you gain helpful insight. Think about the breakup of your relationship. Now think of someone you admire, character from history or a real friend. 3. Now imagine that a neutral observer is watching the movie of your life. 4. Notice the differences that you see from each point of view. Change how you see yourself and him. The next step is to focus your mental pictures of your lost love. By changing how you represent your ex in your mind, you can greatly reduce or even eliminate your distress. Depression. Change your thoughts. The next step is to do the same things on the inside. Transform your habits of thought. In relationship, we build up a huge array of such habits. When the love affair ends, these partners can still be running. To change your thinking habits, you need to understand a little more about them. View your relationship from the outside. The following exercise will help you look at your circumstances from different point of view, so you gain helpful insight. Think about the breakup of your relationship. 2. Now think of someone who admires you, character from history or a real friend. Now imagine that a neutral observer is watching the movie of your life. Notice the differences that you see from each point of view. Change how you see yourself and you represent your ex in your mind. You can greatly reduce or even eliminate your distress. Living happily after your breakup, a good way of giving yourself a boost and coping with complicated feelings, is to imagine a bright future. In heartbreak, there is often a backlog of emotional learning to get through. Do one bit at a time. Your unconscious mind will protect you a rest so that you can deal with the next bit. You will learn to step out of the memories, leave them behind and start a new life.